Hi everyone. Today I am presenting this presentation of minimizing potential hazard of material and finishes. Importance of material selection, functionality and performance. Different materials exhibit distinct properties such as strength, hardness, flexibility, conductivity, and corrosion resistance. Durability and longevity. Durability of a product or structure depend on the material used. Temperature and chemical resistance. Application in extreme temperature or harsh chemical environments require materials with a specific resistant properties. So in functionality, if the material is usable quite easily and do not require expensive tools to make it, and also durability is the most important part of a material selection. So every material that we are going to select in construction or any engineering work is have to be durable for a given period of time. And after that, cost efficiency. Material selection plays a significant role in the overall cost of the project. If the cost of all materials are quite high, but they do not have they do not give a performance according to cost, then cost of the final project going to be quite high. And after that is weight and transportation. The weight of materials affect the transportation and installation and overall structural design, environmental impact and sustainability. With the growing awareness of environmental issues, choosing sustainable and eco-friendly materials has become increasingly important. So we have to choose that kind of material that are recyclable after its use, like some type of timber. When it is after this use, it is still usable. So common hazardous materials and finishes in construction. Carcinogenic risks. Materials like asbestos, hexavalent, chromium, and certain paints may contain carcinogenic substances. Prolonged exposure can increase the risk of cancer. And after that, some paints, when they are applied, they gave some workers a sore throat and their eye irritation. And after that, fire hazards, flammable finishes, solvents, and materials may pose a fire risk during construction, especially if not handled properly. Some construction materials, when burned, may release toxic fumes. So after that is a toxic fumes. Materials such as certain plastics and foams may release toxic fumes when burned or exposed to heat, posing a risk to workers and occupants in case of fire. Chemical exposure. Exposure to hazardous chemicals such as formaldehyde, PCBs, and heavy metals can occur during construction activities, leading to acute or chronic health effects. And after that is biological hazards. Mold and mildew resulting from excess moisture or water damage can lead to respiratory problems and allergic reaction in individual exposed to contaminated areas. And on the side of physical hazards, some material may pose physical hazard during handling, installation, or removal. Sharp edges, heavy weights, or structural instability can result in injuries. So there are some common hazardous material and finishes. First of is asbestos, found in insulation, roofing materials, and floor tiles. Asbestos was commonly used in construction before its health risks were widely recognized in every construction field. Disturbing asbestos containing material can release harmful fibers into the air, and after inhalation of asbestos, it can lead to respiratory diseases. So after that is a lead-based paint. Lead-based paint was widely used in construction before its ban. Sanding or removing lead-based paint improperly can release lead dust, posing a high health risk, especially to children. So after that is the common hazardous material and finishes in construction, and it is the other slide. Respiratory hazards. Material like asbestos, silica, isocyanate, volatile organic compound can release airborne particles or fumes that when inhaled may lead to respiratory issues, irritation or long-term health problems. Lead poisoning. Lead-based paint commonly found in older buildings poses a risk when disturbed. Inhaling or ingesting lead dust can lead to poisoning, which can affect the nervous system, kidneys and the other organ, particularly in children. And after that is skin irritation and allergies. Some materials such as certain adhesives, coating and sealants may contain substances that cause skin irritation, allergies or dermatitis upon contact. So here are some rules and regulations that New Zealand government apply to make work safe New Zealand possible. First is Health and Safety at Work Act. The Health and Safety at Work Act is primary legislation governing health and safety in New Zealand workplaces, including the construction industry. It places a duty on employer and employee and others to ensure the health and safety of workers and others who may be affected by work activities. And after that is Hazardous Substances and New Organism Act 1996. This act regulates the importation, use and handling of hazardous substances. Construction material containing hazardous substances may be subjected to legislation. And after that is New Zealand Building Code. The New Zealand Building Code, administered by Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment, set the standard for building safety and durability. It includes provisions related to the use of materials in construction. And after that is WorkSafe New Zealand. WorkSafe is the government agency responsible for regulating and enforcing workplace health and safety. WorkSafe provides guidelines and information on various aspects of workplace safety, including materials used in construction. So, what are the steps for assessing materials hazards? Identify materials. We have to identify materials by their properties and what their raw forms are and finished products and any substances they generated during process. And after that is review material safety data sheets. We have to obtain and review MSDS or SDS for each material. These sheets provide detailed information about the properties, hazards, handling procedures, and emergency measures for each substance. And after that is understanding the material properties. Assess the physical, chemical, and biological property of each material. Consider factors such as flammability, toxicity, corrosiveness, reactivity and volatility. Evaluate potential exposure routes. Identify how individual might be exposed to the materials, including inhalation, skin contact, ingestion or eye contact. Consider the routes of exposure during different phases of material use, such as handling, processing and disposal. So this is the conclusion. Material selection is crucial for various fields impacting functionality, durability, cost and sustainability. While choosing materials, it is essential to consider hazardous substances like lead-based paint, asbestos and VOCs, recognizing potential health and environmental risks. Unsafe material can lead to respiratory issues, skin irritation and legal consequences, emphasizing the need for safety measure and compliance with the regulations. In New Zealand, regulations such as Health and Safety at Work Act, Hazardous Substances and New Organism Act govern material safety in construction. Assessing material hazardous involves a systematic process including identifying materials, reviewing safety data, understanding properties, and implementing control. So, in my case study, I found out that all the materials have their pros and cons. So, we have to select the materials. So, thank you very much.
There's a timer. Thank you. You have to face my question.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything was good to go. The slides were good and a lot of information. It's just you were reading them so much. So that was one of the bad part of the slide. So I will see the next slides come up whenever there is a presentation. You don't read them so much. It's very heavy slides. It's a lot of information. So one question. Okay. What do you mean by evaluate potential exposure routes?
Okay,
What does it
ma'am.
mean?
So, evaluating potential exposure routes, I meant that sometimes when constructing or using that product, that can lead to some poisoning or its bad effects. So, some product release some chemicals after they're used, like some paints and some materials that are came with the contact of oxygen. These are some routes that I want to talk about for health issues.
So that doesn't mean the evaluate potential exposure routes. So it doesn't imply that how it comes through.
Yes,
That's the
ma'am.
routes. So I was confused about that.
Like, ma'am.
Or might be exposed. How they come up.
Yes, ma'am.
Like asbestos comes as a fire and it just kills you in hell.
Like
And some other chemicals might be there in the material which may be oxidized. Some might be due to the water and moisture. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.